Saints are in town. And we'll give you the starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Lady Saints, who are in their road royal blues with white letters and numbers trimmed in red. And they will go with number 3, Bethany Washington, number 5, Jordan Claiborne, number 10, Willie at Kingdom, number 11, Brianna Palmer, and number 14, Tariah Washington. For Coach Allen Hill and the Lady Colonels, who are in their home whites tonight with black letters and black numbers trimmed in blue, Coach Hill going to go with the junior number 2, Lizzie Smith, a junior number 11, Mallory Price, a junior number 12, Avery Daniels, and his 2 seniors, number 14, Annaberry Stevens, and number 15, Mary Linton Davis. Should be a fun night of basketball. Get the early start tonight. No junior high games, 5 o'clock tip-off, and looking forward to a good night of basketball.
Absolutely, Watson, and great to be with you today on a special night such as senior night. These seniors have put in a lot of time in the gym and hard work, and it's great to see the legacy they leave behind for really a young team for Coach Hill going into next year.
And speaking of young teams, these Lady Saints, only 1 senior on their squad. They've got 17 players on their roster. That includes freshmen, 8th graders, and a couple of 7th graders. We'll see how deep into his bench he goes throughout the night. It'll be Washington and Smith to jump to start things. Lady Colonels going right to left, Lady Saints left to right. And we are underway here in Indianola. Tip is controlled by Greenville Christian.
Yeah, similar to last week, Watson, we see IA set up in a 2-3 zone here on defense.
Lady Saints swing it around left corner. Kingdom on the drive. Kick out front now in the hands of Washington. Now Claiborne has it. She'll settle things, reset the offense out front. Guarded by Daniels and Davis.
Looks like a screen set up for a shooter there.
And it will be Washington to fire a 3. It's off the mark. Smith comes down with a rebound.
A little full court pressure there. Lizzie Smith able to dribble across half court.
Just underway here in the first quarter. No score between the Lady Colonels and the Lady Saints as Annaberry Stevens fires a 3 from the right side. Can't get it to go. Lady Saints come down with the rebound. Quickly down the floor. Kingdom layup rolls off. No good. Rebound secured by Washington.
Yeah, good defense there to make the Saints take it back out. Looks like they're trying to set up a play here now.
Claiborne works the point. Swing it in the right wing to Washington. Feeds the pass inside. It's tipped, controlled by Greenville Christian. Long 2 on the way right side. Off the mark from Palmer, and Daniels comes away with it.
Yeah, great deflection there by Annaberry Stevens as she gets the ball going the other way.
Has her shot deflected. A foul call. That will send Stevens to the line to shoot 2. Foul is charged to Tariah Washington. Her first, team first on the Lady Saints.
Well, hopefully, Watson, as Annaberry Stevens is on the line here, we'll have some better free throw shooting percentage than we did last night, as we have a make right there. Good way to start the night for the senior.
Stevens gets the Lady Colonels on the board. 6:35 to play first quarter. Her second one falls in as well. 2 points for the senior Stevens. Lady Colonels with the 2-0 lead and now set up with the full court pressure. Greenville Christian down the floor. Runner in the lane from Kingdom off the mark. Price comes away with the rebound.
Great hustle there by Mallory Price, not only getting the block, but saving that loose ball.
Daniels out front, swings it right side to Smith. Inside to Price, it's tipped, stolen away. Washington works into the front court. Kick out in the right wing to Claiborne. Claiborne works around to screen out front.
Yeah, you'll see the Saints here, Watson, continuing to run plays against this 2-3 zone.
Kingdom, runner in the lane, left it short. Price comes away with it.
Again, another rebound there by Price. She's working really hard in the paint as the Colonels go and set up their offense.
Stevens, top of the key, looking at a 2-3 zone. Entry pass inside, tip stolen away, loose ball. Still fighting for it. It's kicked down the floor, and officials will call that and give possession to the Lady Colonels.
Now, Watson, good hustle by the Lady Colonel defense. Just have to take care of the ball a little bit better on offense. Being a little careless with it, a little bit rushed as we saw against Starkville last week. as Annabelle Stevens brings the ball up. Let's take our time and get a play here.
2-0, Lady Colonels lead it. 5:19 to play first quarter. Stevens in the left wing looking inside for Price. Instead goes out front to Davis, swings it around to Daniels. Out of Price in the corner, guarded tightly there by Palmer and creates a turnover. Credit Palmer there with the tight D, and the Lady Saints will get it back.
Yeah, not a good place to be there in the corner, Watson. If you're going to be there, you can't keep the ball long, but let's see if we can generate a turnover with this full court press.
Washington works down the floor, dumps it off in the lane, whistle and a foul. They tried to feed Palmer. She was bumped there by Price. That's the first personal on Price. Team first on the Lady Colonels.
Yeah, important here on the inbound, the 2-3, to make sure to protect the basket.
Inbound comes to Claiborne immediately. They go inside to Washington. One of the freshmen we talked about earlier, she misfires on the jumper. Stevens has it, races down the floor, settles in the right wing. 12-foot jumper off the mark. Daniels with the rebound and gets the putback to fall. First bucket of the night for Avery Daniels. Lady Colonels lead it 4-0.
Great job by the junior there to be in the right place at the right time with the offensive rebound.
Washington working out front, picked up by Davis. Now to Claiborne, top of the key, fires a three, in and out, no good. Rebound controlled by Price.
Yeah, I thought the Saints got away with the over the back there. Great box out by Annabelle Stevens as we set up the offense.
We go to Smith, left corner, inside to Price. She's denied, kick out to Smith, drives left baseline, long floater. Off the mark for Price. Lady Saints with it. Kingdom races down the floor, hangs for a layup, and scores. Williette Kingdom gets Greenville Christian on the board for the first time tonight. Makes it a 4-2 Lady Colonel lead with 3:50 to play first quarter.
And again, Watson, we see a turnover on offense for the Lady Colonels, leading to points on the other end. And as if right on cue, unfortunately, Lizzie Smith with the turnover. We've got to eliminate those on offense.
Claiborne brings it across the center line to Washington. Pass tip, saved by the Lady Saints. Go back to Washington inside. She turns and fouled again there by Price. Well, I'm telling you, I'm looking at Tariah Washington, only a freshman for Greenville Christian. She's one of their most active players on the floor here early.
Absolutely, and there she just got position on the offensive end. We got caught with our hands down, as they say, and we've got to cut them to the point and keep our hands up.
Washington's first free throw up and good. Her first point of the night cuts the Lady Colonel lead to 1. 4-3. Couple of subs going to check in for Indianola. Price will likely go to the bench with 2 quick fouls. Washington's second attempt off the mark. It remains a 1-point lead, but another turnover. Lady Saints come away with it. Kingdom drives the lane, count the bucket and the foul. That'll be charged to Stevens, her first personal, team third. 4 points for Kingdom, and she'll go to the line to shoot 1.
And Watson, again, just a poor offensive series there where we turned the ball over, led to points for Greenville Christian as Williette Kingdom completes the 3-point play.
5 points for Kingdom. She's got 5 of the 6 for Greenville Christian as Jillian Roberts and Maddie Beth Williamson check into the game for IA. Price and Davis go to the bench. And Williamson from the right baseline can't get a jumper to fall. Washington comes away with a rebound. Racing down the floor, tapped from behind by Daniels and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Saints.
Yeah, great hands there by the junior, Avery Daniels. I think that's 2 deflections for her on the defensive end.
Inbound comes to Washington in the lane, puts it up over a double team. No, gets her own rebound. Turnaround in the lane, can't get the putback to fall. And Lady Colonels come away with it. With 2 good looks there out of Washington, just couldn't get them to drop.
We were fortunate there, Watson. Got to do a better job of the box out.
Foul on the other end will send Stevens to the line to shoot 2. That's charged to Brianna Palmer. Her first, team second. Stevens with a chance to tie the game here from the foul line. First free throw is left short. 2:43 to play first quarter. Lady Colonels trailing Greenville Christian 6-4. Second attempt, rims in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Bethany Washington.
Yeah, and Watson, that's 2 points there we left hanging. Got to take our time, do a better job from the free throw line.
Lady Saints with possession near turnover. Saints able to save it. They feed Washington at the free throw line. Now to Palmer, back to Washington. Jumper from the right lane, won't go, but Kingdom is there for the putback. 7 points here in the first quarter for Williette Kingdom, and now a 4-point lead for Greenville Christian, 8-4.
Yeah, and Watson, we talked about it last week. In a 2-3 zone, you've got to box out. Another turnover there for the Lady Colonels on offense.
It's Kingdom again, drives down, hangs for a layup. It rolls off, no good. She may have gotten away with a travel. Roberts had the rebound, had it stripped, and now a loose ball picked up by the Lady Colonels.
Really need to finish the quarter here with 1:45 left. Get set in the offense, get a good shot here.
Daniels in the right wing. Looking inside for Roberts. Actually went to Williamson. Tipped out of bounds. It'll belong to the Lady Colonels. Anna Catherine Clary going to check in for the first time tonight for Greenville Christian. She is a junior who wears number 2. Palmer will get a breather. Williamson with the inbound. Nice feed to Daniels. Can't get the short jumper to go. Roberts with the rebound. Dishes to Williamson, who puts it up from the right block. First bucket of the afternoon for Williamson. Cuts the Lady Saint lead to 2, 8-6. Now a steal for Williamson. Down the floor to Williamson, to Stevens. Spins inside from the baseline, banks it in.
Well, Watson, that's what you got to love about basketball. It's a game of runs, and 4 points there in under 40 seconds. Incredible as the Colonels are coming back out in that full court press.
Tied at 8, just under a minute to play first quarter. Washington drives the lane, looked like another travel. Shot fell off. Stevens on the other end, can't get the short jumper to go. The rebound is lost out of bounds. They say last touch by Smith. It'll belong to Greenville Christian, and the Lady Saints will take a timeout. We'll take one as well and be back in 30 seconds with Lady Colonel basketball on the Indianola Academy Sports Network. Grant Phillips with you here on the Indianola Academy Sports Network. Glad you're with us on senior night for Indianola Academy. 42 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Lady Colonels and Lady Saints tied at 8. Belong to Greenville Christian coming out of the timeout.
And I like what Coach Hill did there, coming out in that full court press, make Greenville Christian think about it and settle back into the 2-3 zone.
Kingdom, top of the key, fires a 3 over Roberts. Goes off the back iron, no good. Rebound pulled down by the Lady Saints. They go back to Kingdom, who's stripped in the lane. Daniels has it going the other way. 2-on-1, hangs for a layup, too hard. Smith's put back too hard as well, but she's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, again, I think that's 3 for Avery Daniels. She's had very active hands on the defensive end. Almost got the layup, but a great job there by Lizzie Smith cleaning up and drawing the foul.
They charge that to Bethany Washington, her first, team third. Smith at the line to shoot 2, puts her first up and off the back iron, no good. Davis going to check back in for the Lady Colonels. Daniels will get a breather. Tied at 8 with 22 seconds to play in the first period. Smith with the chance to give the Lady Colonels a lead again. And this one well off the mark. And will belong to Greenville Christian.
Watson, 22 seconds here. We come out in the full court press. Again, got to know where your shooters are, as likely Greenville Christian will hold for the last shot.
Get it to Washington out front. Now to Kingdom, top of the key. Clock down to 10 seconds. Spread the floor. Clary back to Kingdom. Right side Washington. Down to 3. Do they see it? Kingdom going to drive in the lane. At the buzzer. Gets it to fall. Well, you talk about finishing a quarter. That's how you finish a quarter. And Williette Kingdom with 9 of Greenville Christian's 10 first quarter points. Lady Saints will take a 2-point lead into the second period. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and be back with Lady Colonel basketball. Indianola. Going to the second quarter, the Lady Colonels trailing Greenville Christian 10-8. Lady Colonels with it to open up the second period with Stevens, Davis, Williamson, Smith, and Roberts on the floor. And Maddie Beth Williamson knocks down a quick 2. She's got 4. We're tied at 10.
Yeah, and they're still there on defense, but great hustle there by Davis with the steal. And again, another senior on senior night.
Steps just inside the arc, knocks down a long 2, and Davis is on the board.
Yeah, back-to-back great shots by the Lady Colonels. Open, took their time, knocked them down. Great offensive series.
12-10, Lady Colonels on top, 7:20 to play second quarter. They go back to Kingdom inside, and this time she's whistled for the travel.
I watched, I got a little excited there, tried to help the ref out, but she never put that ball on the ground, and good call by the referee there.
And I don't know if our mics picked it up or not, but you heard Coach Hill after the call say she's doing it every time, and has looked like a couple of missed travel calls in the first quarter tonight, but nonetheless, Lady Colonels have it with the lead. Williamson deep in the right corner, goes to Roberts, left elbow jumper, good for Jill Roberts.
Well, Watson, we've come out in this second quarter shooting the ball incredibly, and the difference has been the looks and the shots we're taking. Great job by the Lady Colonels.
4-point lead for Indianola Academy, and as Washington comes down the floor, a whistle and a foul charged to the Lady Colonels. That is going to go on Lizzie Smith, her first personal, team 4th.
And you see Coach Hill there, again, preaching the fundamentals. They had the trap there. You've just got to get out of bounds. Use that sideline as your friend.
Lady Saints with possession. Washington to Palmer. Now another steal for Davis. Down the floor to Stevens. Jumper in the lane. Short. And the rebound lost out. Last touched by Washington, I believe. It'll belong to the Lady Colonels.
Now let's see if we can get a good look here as we're throwing in under the basket, get a good offensive play drawn up.
Davis with the inbound to Stevens. Another short jumper. This one left short. That may have been deflected a little bit. Kick out to Roberts. Long 2 again off the mark, and Washington comes away with it.
Yeah, and 2 shots there that just didn't have quite enough legs, but continue to be pleased with the offensive looks in the second period.
Inside to Washington. Layup won't go, but she's fouled and will go to the line. That's Bethany Washington. Bethany, the only senior on the team. And what we can assume, little sister Taraya, only a freshman. Both have been very active for the Lady Saints as Bethany Washington puts her first free throw up and in, her first point of the night. Makes it a 3-point Lady Colonel lead. Washington looking to cut it to 2, and she does so. 2 points for Washington. 14-12 with 6:02 to play in the second quarter. Jordan Claiborne back in for the Lady Saints. Avery Daniels back on the floor for the Lady Colonels.
Yeah, and again, Lady Colonels continue here to work the ball around, hopefully to get some open looks like we have before. When we've taken our time, we've been able to really knock down those open shots this quarter.
Stevens with a nice feed inside to Davis, but turned into Washington and just had no luck getting the shot over her. Loose ball picked up by Washington. Drives the lane. Jumper just inside the free throw line is good for Taraya Washington. She's got 3, and we're tied at 14.
It's really been back and forth, and in games like these, each possession is critical. Got to continue to take care of the ball here on offense.
Daniels feeds Smith inside. Turnaround jumper in the lane, no good, but she's fouled and will go to the line. It's the 4th team foul on Greenville Christian. They put it on Taraya Washington, her second personal. Well, they said that was not a shooting foul?
I don't think Coach Hill agrees, Watson, and I tend to lean with him. Taraya Washington was fouling, I believe it was Lizzie Smith, right as she went up, but they did call it on the floor.
So now the Lady Saints with it, and a 3 drilled from the right wing. Jordan Claiborne, her first bucket. Lady Saints back on top, 17-14 with just under 5 minutes to play in the first half.
And that's how quick it can happen, Watson. Turnover on offense leads to a 3 as we missed the jumper there. Maddie Beth Williamson. Colonels getting back in the 2-3 zone, need to get a stop here.
Kingdom Top of the key, right side Washington, turned down a 3.
Well, as we've seen, Watson, the offense for the Saints primarily goes to number 10, Williott Kingdom, and 14, Tariah Washington, who throws up a 3 there.
Kingdom with the rebound and put back, spins around the rim and falls. 11 points for Williott Kingdom.
Now, Watson, just a poor job of boxing out. If I could pick any two things for the Lady Colonels, we've got to quit turning the ball over, and we've got to find someone and box them out on defensive end.
Good feed inside from Stevens to Williamson. Can't convert down low. Lady Colonels with the rebound. Keep possession. Stevens for 3, right side. In and out, no good. And Davis lost the handle out of bounds. It'll belong to Greenville Christian with 3:51 to play second quarter. We've got a foul called as well. They're going to get Davis going over the back.
Yeah, I think she
first personal.
I think she hooked her a little bit, going for that loose ball, just a hustle play there. But it gives us time to set up our full court press.
19-14, 5-point lead for Greenville Christian. To Kingdom, flashing through the lane, layup good for Kingdom. 13 points for Williott Kingdom, 21-14. Lady Colonels down 7. Davis for 3 on the other end, no.
Well, I tell you, Watson, again, as the ball goes to Kingdom here, we've got to get in front of her, make her give up the ball as she's driving to the lane. It's really hurting us.
Well, that dish there from Kingdom from the baseline, threw it through a double team. Doesn't turn into points for Greenville Christian, but how about the court awareness out of Kingdom there?
Absolutely. I mean, she's definitely a sharp player, and only a junior. She's only going to continue to grow. But for the IA Colonels, in the 2-3 zone, you've got to know where 10 is and make someone else beat you.
3 minutes to play first half, 21-14. Lady Saints lead it by 7. Stevens left open for 3, right side, rims off, no good. Washington with the rebound.
Yeah, back-to-back threes there, and Watson, I really wish we'd work it inside, take our time a little bit more on offense.
Kingdom for 3, no. Williamson with the rebound, but promptly a turnover. They get it in the hands of Kingdom, drives in. No charge there. They're going to get Stevens with the foul on the floor. I beg your pardon, going to be a shooting foul. We'll send Kingdom to the line. That's the second personal on Stevens. Team 7th, so Greenville Christian now in the bonus.
And Watson, they may have called that on Lizzie Smith with the hook before the contact there.
Yeah, you're right.
It was kind of a bang-bang play. We probably could have got called for either one, but you got to pick somebody, right?
So that's the second on Smith. Stevens only with 1 foul. Kingdom hits her first free throw and her second. 15 points for Williott Kingdom. 9-point lead now for the Lady Saints. Glad you caught that.
Well, absolutely. It's a team sport out there and a team effort up here. And I tell you, Watson, at this point, on her own, Williott Kingdom has outscored the Lady Colonels. We've got to find an answer for her and just continue to take our time on offense, get good looks.
Williamson in the right corner. 2:10 to play second quarter. 23-14. Lady Colonels digging themselves a hole. Feed inside to Roberts, puts it on the floor, goes up strong, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Watson, right there, as you saw, we started outside and were able to penetrate the ball inside. Against a 2-3 zone, you can either shoot them out of it with the three-point shot, or you've got to get that inside-out game, get that zone moving. So great job there by Jillian Roberts to attack the zone and get to the free throw line.
Foul is charged on Palmer, her second personal, team 5th, as Roberts misfires on her first attempt. She'll have another coming, and she puts the second up and in. 3 points on the night for Jillian Roberts, cuts the Lady Saint lead to 8.
We're going to have to come up with a nickname for Avery Daniels. She's got some fast hands out there, and I tell you, you don't want to dribble loosely by her. I believe that's her 4th of the game, as Coach Hill calls timeout here.
So the Lady Colonels will get it back. We'll see what Coach Hill can draw up with 1:56 to play in the half. And his Lady Colonels down by 8. Yeah, I think you're right. That's 4 for Daniels. 4 turnovers created. We saw her go to the bench for a while, and then it didn't take long. She was back in, and her presence is being felt.
You see that a lot with your defensive spark plugs. You want them to keep that energy because of the pressure that it puts on the ball handlers for the Saints, and so it's probably just a quick breather. as Coach Hill's got her back in. We see him with the clipboard here with 1:56 left. Lady Colonel's down 8. Let's see what we do out of the inbounds. And, again, I hope we'll attack inside, see if we can get a open look or go to the free throw line.
Coming out of the timeout, it will belong to Indianola. Stevens working the point. Has it in the right corner, feeds Williamson inside, puts it on the floor, goes up, no. Rebound pulled down by Washington.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that play there other than not finishing the shot, but good look by Williamson, who's been shooting good all night and just didn't get that one to fall.
Taylor Ellis has checked in for Greenville Christian, wears number 12. 3 won't fall from Claiborne. And Daniels has the rebound, and she's fouled by Palmer. That's 3 on Brianna Palmer.
Yeah, and Brianna knew it as soon as she did it. She kind of put her hands up as if to say, not me, but too late. And I'll tell you, Avery Daniels has just been all over the floor tonight. Just great hustle play that led to that foul.
So Clary back on the floor for Palmer. 1:15 to play in the first half. Lady Colonels with possession, down 8, 23-15. Stevens, cross-court pass to Davis from the left elbow. Can't get it to fall. Now Roberts from the left baseline knocks down the jumper. She's got 5. That cuts the deficit to 6.
A big shot there, Watson, to bring it within 5. And I'm telling you, if our Lady Colonels are open with their feet set, they've been making some shots.
Kingdom kind of out of control in the lane. Another chance for the Lady Saints. They can't get it to go. And now a whistle and a foul in the lane. They're going to charge Kingdom with her first, and the Lady Colonel crowd pleading with the officials to pick up on the travel.
Absolutely. She got away with one down there, but there's an old saying, if my brother's listening, ball don't lie. And I tell you what, they got her with the over the back, and Colonels in the bonus will go to the free throw line.
So it'll be Williamson at the charity stripe with 44 seconds left in the half, trying to cut further into the Lady Saint lead, and she knocks down her first. 5 points for Williamson, makes it a 5-point game.
Now, Williamson already off to a great start. Didn't see this in the Starkville game, but has a great jump shot. As I put the announcer jinx on her from the free throw line, but if she can get her feet set, she really is a good scorer for the Lady Colonels.
5-point lead for Greenville Christian, 33 seconds to play in the half. Kingdom drives inside. Williamson goes to the floor, no whistle, and the bucket falls for Kingdom. She's got 17.
I'm telling you right now, and Coach Hill is letting the referee know it, that should have been an offensive charge. Williamson had her feet set. Great defensive job there.
Roberts with the turnaround on the other end. Can't get it to go. Clary the rebound. She's tied up. Loose ball. Goes out in the corner. They will give it to the Lady Colonels with 4.5 seconds to go in the half. So a chance to cut into the lead again. A 7-point lead for Greenville Christian.
Yeah, interesting series there as the Greenville Christian coach was letting his player know how he felt.
Stevens 3 blocked at the last second. Davis comes down with it but cannot get a shot off. And we will go to the half with the Lady Colonels trailing Greenville Christian 25-18. Lady Saints coach not happy with his players there that last series. Alan Hill not happy with the officials.
I hope our listeners are happy with us because there was a lot going on there. Just to kind of let you know, we had a loose ball. You may have seen it on the stream, and what the Greenville Christian coach was yelling about. We talked about this last week, Watson, with your bigs. You know, the only way that the guards can get to is when you bring it below the waist, right? If you're a big, keep that ball up high, and as she brought it down low, the Lady Colonels knocked it out of bounds. Couldn't get anything with that last 4-second possession, but you know, down 7. I think we know the answer going to halftime. We've got to find an answer for Williette Kingdom for the Saints.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier at one point she had outscored the Lady Colonels and almost there at the half. She's got 17 first half points. Lady Colonels with 18. We'll step aside, take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll recap the first half a little further as you're listening to Lady Colonel Basketball on the Indianola Academy Sports Network. Indianola, the Lady Colonels trailing Greenville Christian 25-18 at the break. Lady Colonels led in the first half in scoring by Jillian Roberts and Maddie Beth Williamson, who both came off the bench. 5 points for each of them in the first half. Annabelle Stevens with 4, Avery Daniels with 2, and also Mary Linton Davis with 2. For the Lady Saints, it's been all Williette Kingdom. 17 points in the first half for the Junior Kingdom. She's followed by Tariah Washington, who has 3, Jordan Claiborne also with 3, and Bethany Washington with 2 for the Lady Saints. You said it earlier. I think the answer is simple. In the second half, find an answer for Kingdom, and maybe the officials start calling a travel or two.
Well, the officiating would certainly help out, but as I'm sure Coach Hill is telling his Lady Colonels, we can only control what we do.
Right.
And as we broke down earlier, the Lady Colonels have to get back to fundamentals. Namely, on the defensive end, a lot of Kingdom's points have come from offensive rebounds. We've done a poor job boxing out in that 2-3 zone. And then also we've got to get in front of Kingdom. I thought we did there. Maddie Beth Williamson took a charge, in my opinion, did not get the call. But we have to keep following those fundamentals, knowing that those calls are going to come. And then on the offensive end, Watson, we weren't keeping track, but I would be willing to bet we had 10-plus turnovers. And you're not going to win many basketball games with 10-plus turnovers in the first half. And really that led to a lot of the fast break, second chance points that the Saints have made a living on. I think the Colonels have, from a jump shot, have really outshot the Lady Saints. We've got some great shooters. You mentioned Jillian Roberts, Maddie Beth Williamson, Annabelle Stevens. When they're left open, they can knock down those jumpers.
7-point deficit for the Lady Colonels at the half. You look at the foul situation, nobody for Indianola really in any trouble. Lizzie Smith and Mallory Price each have 2. Stevens with 1, Davis with 1. On the Lady Saints side, Brianna Palmer has 3 personals. Tariah Washington with 2, Williette Kingdom with 1, and Bethany Washington with 1. So Palmer really the only one in any foul trouble going into the second half. 25-18, Greenville Christian with the lead at the break. Next action for the IA Lady Colonels will be Friday night when they travel to Manchester to close out the regular season. Indianola Academy will host the District 1 AAA tournament coming up next week. That starts off on Thursday, February the 7th. And our plan is to bring you as many IA games as possible on Super Talk for the Delta, where we're not tonight. We're solely on the IA Sports Network. But we hope to be able to bring you some of those games from the district tournament. So for now, Lady Colonel's got to find an answer for Kingdom and try to scratch back in this one. We've got about a minute and a half left in the half, so we will step aside, take another break, and be back with the start of the third quarter. You're listening, or you're watching, I should say, Lady Colonel basketball on the Indianola Academy Sports Network. Welcome back. Watson Cook, Grant Phillips with you from Indianola as we start the third quarter. Greenville Christian with possession and a 7-point lead over the Lady Colonels, 25-18. Tariah Washington in the lane gets the Lady Saints on the board in the third quarter. She's got 5 on the night, and that stretches their lead to 9, 27-18.
Yeah, and against a 2-3 zone, Watson, when you get the ball in the middle to a big, if you're on offense, good things happen. Defense, rarely so.
Stevens puts it up over Palmer, can't get it to fall. And off the rebound, it's lost on the baseline. Won't repeat what we heard, but it'll belong to the Lady Colonels.
Just a miscommunication. Sometimes when you stop and go to halftime, you lose focus a little bit, and that's what happened there.
And there again, a turnover for Kingdom. Drives through the lane. You hear the crowd moan again. A walk. A foul on the putback attempt will send Claiborne to the line.
And I'm not sure, Watson, it is Lizzie Smith. That's going to be 3 for her, something to keep an eye on in the second half.
So Claiborne at the line to shoot 2. Puts her first up and in.
Yeah, and I appreciate the fans being vocal here, but as we talked about at halftime, the fouls and the calls may not go our way, but the fundamentals are what we can control, and we've got to quit turning the ball over.
Yeah, you got to take care of your own